Hello everyone, and welcome back to another episode of Strategy Guide, where we show you how to get strategic victories and tactical victories in your favorite video games. Hey guys, M12 Warthog Gaming here, back with another installment of Strategy Guide. Today we will be finishing the final level of the UEF campaign in Supreme Commander 2. Next, we'll go on to Illuminate, because that's the one we've unlocked next. We haven't unlocked Cybern because we have to do Illuminate first. But if you want, I can do the Cybern Skirmish Mode Strategy Guide first over the Illuminate one. They're a little bit different, but I'm going to do it on a different map for that one as well. I'm not going to do, like, one for each faction on every single map, so...
Rogers' office is deep inside, under a few hundred tons of concrete.
This place is a graveyard. Rogers knew there'd be a fight.
Hold on, I'm picking up a UEF.
Rogers knew what he was doing was wrong, but did it anyway.
Rogers is taking over and I'm surrounded.
I'm here to end this. I'll head to your position so we can pool our resources.
Roger.
Maddox, you got incoming air.
This is gonna get bumpy.
Oh, crap!
Greer, taking heavy fire. Need to land short of your position.
I got your back. There's a substation near me, and taking it out will cripple Rogers' energy production. Check this out. Don't do it! Oh, man! That explosion just took out half of my army! I need assistance fast!
Okay. So, what we need to do...
Command center is powered by an enormous Generation 9 reactor that's
Okay.
more power than is needed for the base itself. The entire place will go nuclear if it blows.
Wanna take me with it?
Probably.
So, we could take these out. This will cripple their... Oh, no, these are turrets. Never mind. Okay, I'm gonna have these move here. Now, I'm gonna have these guys for our strategy guide. We're gonna not start out without anything to build, but we will get that when we get to this position here. And this person's gonna have to try and hold it off. The faster you get here, the better off you'll have a chance of it being capable of defending, as you'll have more turrets that are alive and less that are destroyed. So you want to get this fast. So what you want to do, and I'm talking fast because I have to do this, is just put your army ahead of your ACU. Your ACU does not have core dump or access to research any technologies. You already have a few upgrades on your ACU already, but you do not have core dumps, so your thing can go nuclear at any point. And I think normal building options disabled, advance to commander gear. Okay, as I said, you will not be able to do that. So now what we're gonna do is build stuff when we get there, but we have to be careful because we don't have a core dump. But we will be able to get stuff later on, hopefully. Okay, so now I'm going to tell him to move here. And these guys to move here. What's going to happen is we are going to... He's going to surrender all this over to me. I'm probably going to build like another air factory, I guess. And set up turrets here. And then we're going to do a thing that we did in the skirmish campaign. In the skirmish mode. Where we used our... light artillery for defense, and then maybe later if I can justify it, I'll use nukes.
We go our separate ways.
Go your separate ways. Okay, if you're gonna leave, try to leave out the back, or leave somewhere, or when you hop on your transport, make sure it's not near a base. I don't want you going nuclear on my guys, or what will be my guys. Okay. So we gotta push it forward. We're going to see if I can... No, that's a bit high in elevation. Yeah, okay, so they're gonna have to go around here when they get here. Our force... Okay, so all of our energy things are pretty much toast. Well, I'm sort of worrying about stuff that we shouldn't have to worry about quite yet. Okay, so I'm telling them to move ahead. Maddox is going to move up ahead, right here, following right behind them. Sort of like, in the Civil War, during that time period, the, normally, Except for when they were leading charges for morale purposes, they usually were behind their army, which would fight in front of them, because they didn't want the chain of command to be messed up, but it was often. Okay, so we're gonna do this sort of the same thing here. Take on these guys. Now, they have a little bit of forces spread out all through here, a little bit here, a little bit there, but our overall force is bigger. Our force is much smaller than their overall force, but we keep moving and taking them out in groups, which means at the point we are taking them out at the point of attack with greater numbers. Okay, so now I'm just gonna tell my commander just to go full on straight for that. And what we're gonna do is we're gonna try and see if we can get there as fast as we can. If not all, if my units get there before him, for my ACU, I'll just have my, I'll just have a air transport bring him closer, I guess. Okay, so we do have some mobile air. I'm pretty much going to place this here, have them move back and forth, defend off of the constant attacks. Then we're going to see how much mass we get. That's a shield generator. I thought that was a mass converter. That's probably one of the best things we're going to get first. So as you guys can see, this guy here is going to... is Commander Gear, and he's going to, like, go nuclear.
What's the plan?
There is no plan. Like I said before, I give you control of my army, and I get out of here.
You got incoming transports.
There's too many of them! Hunker, Greer! Hunker! Oh, man!
He's technically on the same side, I guess, because he's against Rogers, but he didn't want to be a part of this fight. Pretty much Rogers sort of divided the UEF between two people. The ones who knew what they were doing was good, and the ones who followed orders even though that he knew that they were bad. The ones who disobeyed were good, because they knew attacking an innocent colony was not the right thing to do.
Soldiers need to die for your little crusade.
Just one.
And that would be you.
Relieving you of your command.
So just like that, I'm supposed to hand over the keys to the castle.
Did I give you the impression I was asking?
Oh! Because I don't think he was. Okay, so let's see. So I am going to get a mass converter, so what I'm gonna need is a lot more energy. Definitely gonna need more resources as well. Pay close attention to rubble, because I built this energy generator on top of the rubble of what was once an energy generator. So what that means is that an energy generator cost will go down. For now, I'll make 4 engineers. I'm gonna set this one to repeat a build of rockhead tanks. And then for air cover, I'm going to, once I get all of these attachments, because I want the base to have shields and defensive turrets on them, I'm gonna have this set to repeat and build a lot of fighters. Now, we don't get that much mass, so we gotta be careful when we spend it that it will, and check very often how frequently our builds will be paused. Okay. I just realized I only have one research station. Glad I have a engineer. So we start out with a lot of mass to begin with, but the rate at which we're producing mass is not that great either. So if you leave too many things on repeat build, eventually it will start to catch up to you, and you won't have enough mass for everything, for every build that's starting to be repeated. But you can sort of make up for that. And also we start out with a lot of things, such as a lot of research. So what I'm gonna do is get this top row, because all of this stuff is important. More mass, more research income, more energy, because that will be more effective I'm gonna get the mass converter, which I just got now, which I'm gonna put next to a shield. That land gantry. I mean, I guess I could make experimental land units. Do I even have those unlocked? Normally you don't have those unless you have experimental unlocked. I guess I could make... I don't know. Well, I mean, I already have the Fat Boys unlocked because that had to do with the previous mission. But normally you wouldn't have that unlocked until you unlocked everything else in the tech tree for it. So I set that up. So if I wanted to, I could do that, but I don't have a whole lot of energy, of course, so like my ACU is doing, we're gonna make more. Now, the main thing we're gonna do is that they don't have nuking capabilities, so as long as I've played this mission, they do not nuke, which is good for us. But what I'm gonna do now is give my units a break. I'm gonna do what... Give my military units a break, give them a chance to heal up, because these guys have been primarily defending here. Put them in the middle. If someone attacks over here, they move over there, or wherever they're needed along this set of giant stairways, or... It looks like stairway. I guess it could be a ramp. So... I'm gonna leave these here until I can get shields and whatnot for our units. Now, another thing that will happen is that we'll be constantly under air raids, so building lots of AA will be helpful. Now, I know I said hard level AIs usually means I'll end up with about 12 research stations, but you already start out with a bunch, and you're probably not going to need that much. Really, what you can do is just defend and attack with artillery, and heavily rely on your structures for this battle. And beware of these, because these are their experimental land units. We have an experimental vehicle, which is a Fat Boy 2. This is a King Corruptor. I don't know how you pronounce that. Anyway, that's one too. We have to take out these two things, which are shields. Primarily do that with Air Force. Air Force will primarily be attacking. Your small ground force will be for defending, but mainly done by your artillery, and most of the offensive capabilities will be done by long-range artillery while defending short range, and so forth. So what I'm going to do, as I build more stuff, I'm going to go here. Now, I'm going to stop repeating this build, as I have enough for now.
The Noah unit cannon as an efficient means of transporting units over a great distance.
Now, I could use the Noah unit cannon, but that takes a while to make, and it's very annoying to be used on. I talked about how annoying it could be in a specific situation regarding the map that I was doing the skirmish mode on for the UEF campaign strategy guide. But, that will be looked at a little bit later. Now what I'm going to do... Sorry about me clearing my throat. I'm just feeling a little bit sick today. I gotta get more AA, because it doesn't look like we have a lot and we need to protect stuff. Mainly research towers, because those will... Research stations, because they'll be attacked. Okay. My land units are doing some of the protection, so I'm going to increase weapon range, and that for defensive purposes, you don't really need to upgrade your land that much, because your land units and your structures will be protecting your units so far. I also like to take the time to remind people that all the strategies and strategy guides are strategies that I found that work for me, and me just sharing them with you and giving my strategical opinion and advice to carrying out certain missions. But in no way is this the best strategy. There are many different strategies, and all of them have their own strengths and weaknesses. Now, another thing that goes great with land turrets are the AA turrets. Now, the reason why is because ground turrets can shoot at any ground unit coming at us. That's what it's for. Ground units here are getting shot down. But these things are defenseless if they get hit by air units, and so forth. Also going to need to set up some shields as well. So I'm gonna wait until I get those. I got a lot of engineers here. So I'm gonna set one up all the way over here. Do like to take in consideration that for the strategy guide, there will be a limit of 250 for campaign, 200 on skirmish. It's a little bit different on PC. I know the skirmish on PC is 500 unit limit. I'm not sure what it is for campaign, but I do know this. I have to set up shields now. And you don't want to set it up directly next to the thing you want to protect because it makes a field. And anything with inside that field is not protected because it sets up a barrier. You see the shield here? If something's right here next to it on the inside, it's not on the outside where the shield is. Shield is a transparent wall that blocks incoming attacks, but not vehicles. So if you're on the inside of it, well then you're attacking it and you're not really damaging the shield, but you're damaging the thing directly. But you see, putting it this far away is good, because I don't expect them to get this close to actually attack. So you also want to take in how close they are getting to your things. Although they won't get as close the more you fire or the more turrets you set up as you get to do all of this crap as well. Now, when you set up all this crap over here. Now, I don't have that many turrets here because they mainly seem to be pushing down the middle. So this is why I have more here. I'm probably going to set up another one, have a total 6, and then maybe 3 over here. Or 4, because this is a little bit longer distance that I have to spread out across. So, I do have, for in total air units, 26 fighters. So now my new repeated build is just going to be making bombers. Now, you're pretty much screwed if your base gets overrun. So what we want to do is focus on defense first, so hence why I went for the short-range artillery first. Plus, it's going to be easier to set up as short-range artillery, or fortified artillery as it's called, or light artillery, has a shorter range, but also has, which is good for defense, as it's better used for that than it is for offensive capabilities, as it's used as an offensive attack against incoming units to use, so it's offensively, it's defensive in an offensive way. But this will be used, but they'll be used first because they cost much less. Okay, so I'm setting up another turret here. And that turret almost got destroyed, but luckily the engineer was there to heal it. So I'm going to take this engineer, and I pretty much have like one just building that I set to build stuff. Well, the other ones will make, the other ones will make defenses. Now, for me, I usually have about 6 research stations for right now. And what I'm going to do is continue my setup of defenses. Like, everything needs to be defended, and then we're gonna go with the light artillery. But I feel like if they don't have enough turrets, then it can be a problem. So I'm probably going to set up AA as well. It's like, you gotta sort of get a feel. Like, if you see them getting much closer in the middle, that means they're sending more units down there, and you set up more turrets. If they don't send as much down here, that's fine. But do note that your ground line of defense with all these ground turrets will be attacked by air forces. if you give them the chance. Although it's more likely this will happen in a multiplayer game, as humans have a better way of adapting, usually adapt to what happens. If their planes get shot down, then they'll send ground units to take care of that problem and so forth. So AIs don't really adapt too much to what I'm doing, but so much in certain ways, but they do make it challenging. Okay, so what I'm gonna do now is set up a shield. Now what I'm gonna do is fortified light artillery. I'm gonna set one here. You want to make several of them, enough to put a dent in the army. That way they don't get too close. Because if they get too close to where they're inside the shield area and can damage your units, that's a problem. Pretty much want to make it so that the turrets don't ever have to worry about getting within firing range of the enemy. Now, in this case, you wouldn't really need so much shields, because your units, units wouldn't need to be like that if they had, like, illuminate turrets for a reason, because they have longer range. Okay, so another thing is that enemies can come down here, but it takes a long frickin' time to do it, and they probably would have to be airdropped in. So you probably want to keep your land force here to counter that, but most of your forces will be attacking through here. So take that into consideration. They're not going to attack as often through this way, but you definitely want to have something here to protect it. You want to refuse all of your flanks. So, I'm setting up another shield, and over here will be another light artillery. Now we have this, I'm going to unlock the long-range artillery and another training for our structures as well. Now I'm going to set up more AA. I'm almost done with my defenses, though. I probably just need turret here. Pretty much a turret there, and then set up some light artillery, and we should be fine. You see, the long range cost a lot more mass, whereas these units... Whereas the light artillery pretty much just cost way less than your like AA, I think. I don't know. I guess it doesn't. But it seems like it costs... It's a lot less than the starting cost for some of these, I guess. I don't know. I'm used to spending like 200 early game just for one thing. Okay, so anyway, guys, I'm going to have to end this part of the strategy guide here. Hope you guys enjoyed watching. If you did, don't forget, I'm going to do a second part to this and maybe a third. Don't know how long this is going to take, but I'm pretty much just going to record them all at once. So they're going to be coming out over the course of the next few days of when I record this. Hope you guys enjoyed watching. If you did, leaving any comments, questions, or feedback for me in the comment section down below would be highly appreciated. And I will see you guys later.